All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Chum Zone. I got my wife in here because she loves story and she loves world building. So this session is going to be specifically on Sonic Channel, the Japanese website that has been out for God knows how long. Apparently they had an anniversary and it pertains to the lore and the story in regards to Sonic's world. They finally made a timeline. So we're gonna take a look at it and see what is going down. So real quick, so just to give you a heads up, if you want to go to the more stuff.
Oh, you want me to control the mouse?
Yes, and if you want to do like more additional information, to click the
now you
scroller.
know how to use this. What, scroll bar?
No.
Well, let's find out. What does this
Well,
mean? Oh.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, it automatically translates.
Oh, okay. Because it
Yeah,
didn't
so
it didn't do that to me with me before.
Were you on your phone?
Maybe.
So it looks like, okay, so let's go back. Let's start with the prehistory. Oh yeah, you do have to. It looks like you have to wait for it to translate. Oh, I guess not.
Yeah, that's why. So
So how did you get it to translate before?
So I go to Sonic Channel because I guess it's glitchy, and then
Hold on, let me just reselect that. And then what was it, history?
No,
Sure?
maybe.
Oh, well, F me then. Uh-oh, we're lost. Sorry, guys, sorry.
Might be characters, and then Sonic's
Sonic World.
World Story. There you go.
Okay, so how do they put that in the characters? But okay,
So what I do is I click
Open up a
click
new
the
tab?
yeah, I open up a new tab by clicking the scroll
I
button.
see. Gotcha. All right, let's get this thing started.
All right, so prehistory. The destruction and regeneration by Dark Gaia and Light Gaia. At some point, Dark Gaia, which grew over millions of years, destroyed the Earth. So we're officially calling it the Earth, which is fine. I would have preferred Mobius, but whatever.
It hasn't been Mobius in years. You let it go.
Yeah,
You have
it's
to.
done. Light Gaia healed it repeatedly within the same history.
Okay, let's open a new tab and see what that says. Okay, hello.
Yeah.
Okay, there it goes. It takes a second. So Sonic World Adventure. So Sonic, the world's fastest hedgehog. Wait a minute.
Is that just a synopsis?
Hashir by day. No, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. Supersonic and powerful adventure game that features the action of two characters. So it looks like the more page just goes over
In depth.
about the game itself, which, okay, then I thought they were going to add more information. So actually, it doesn't look like we really need the more page. We just need to follow the timeline.
Okay.
Which works for me. I mean, we can just hold on, let me just take a peek to make sure that that is accurate. I don't want to assume. And then in one of these, they do give us more information. I forgot about everyone. And yeah, it looks like this is all a cyberspace. Yeah, it looks like this is all just
Product
an
overview, groundbreaking. Oh yeah, open zone, blah blah
Okay,
blah.
then we don't need the more tabs. We'll just look at the timeline. So let's go.
The real SA3. See, you
Gosh.
get it. You get it. You understand.
Okay, so we started with the destruction and regeneration by Dark Gaia and Light Gaia, and now we're at the Ancients and the Chaos Emerald.
The ancients take refuge on Earth again. I'm gonna call it Mobius. With the Chaos Emeralds, a small number of the descendants escape to a place called the Mystic Ruins and build a temple to the Master Emerald. SA1. Over the course of hundreds of thousands of years, the ancients become the Chao. So going back, because I was talking about this with Ashley, people were confused as to how it would conflict, Sonic World Adventure would conflict with Sonic Frontiers. But if it's just Dark Gaia and Light Gaia just doing what they usually do, the ancients
Well, because So here's where the contradiction happens, which I don't know how Ian's gonna fix this, I guess. So it says a small number of the descendants. So they build a temple to the Master Emerald. So how is it that the Chaos Emeralds come from space, but the Master Emerald, which was already on Earth, it seems, controlled them? How is, like, they're clearly from two opposite sides of the galaxy.
Apparently, I don't know if you remember, but the ancients were pulled to the Master Emerald, and that's how the shrine came
Maybe
to
the
be.
Chaos Emeralds came from Earth with the Master Emerald originally. The ancients somehow got a hold of the Chaos Emeralds and kept them for however millennia years, and then the Chaos Emeralds called back to their home planet. Maybe it's a cycle. It's hard to say because, again, if the Chaos Emeralds were forged in outer space, it wouldn't make sense for them to call to the Master Emerald, which just so happens to control them. It makes more sense that they would, be born with the Master Emerald. But I digress. That's gonna have to be explained now.
Alright. Dark Gaia's destruction of Earth, the earliest record. Record, excuse me. Ooh. The Earth is destroyed by a super energy life form called Dark Gaia that emerged from the core of a star. This event was later recorded in the ancient documents known as the Gaia documents.
I'm sorry, guys. This is really good. I love it.
So now begs another question. Who were the ones that created the documents? Who were the ones that were actually watching us? Was it the ancients or was it somebody else? You're just giving us more questions. I know.
I would assume that it's the ancients because they didn't turn into Chow yet. I'm assuming their evolution into Chow happened over
A long period of time.
years, so they're probably
Because
still ancients.
they did say they go through a mutation with the Master Emerald.
Right, and I think that they may have mutated over time.
Here, we'll do this since we don't need. Oh. And we'll fix that. Make that look a little better. Boom. The temples in Unleashed messes everything up unless Chip is stronger than we think and didn't need them because he awakened prematurely.
What did the temples in Unleashed do again?
All they did was restore them. They were used to restore the emeralds anytime they were out their energy was released.
I see. Also, yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense for them to have originated in outer space. But if they originate on Earth, then let's say the ancients came to Earth at some far, far distant millennia way past. They gathered the Chaos Emeralds, took them back to their planet, and they just, their descendants are like, oh, well, these are ours. It's like, no, you probably stole them from someplace else.
Or found.
Well, yeah, discovered.
Tens of thousands of years, the ancestors of the Babylon bandits washed up on Earth. The fact that they were using the Babylons right now. And a spaceship from faraway space goes out of control, and the race that is the ancestor of the Babylon bandits crash lands on Earth. The engine unit of the ship that was separated at the time was scattered around the world and later comes to be called Ark of the Stars. The exact time is unknown.
So it seems to me that Earth is like a magnet for all these creatures and critters. And maybe it is the Master Emerald doing it. The Master Emerald gave birth.
Yeah, literally the Master Emerald just literally gave birth. Like, I don't know, Dark Gaia and Light Gaia had a baby and they called it Earth, and and then everybody else was just like, ooh, let's go here where this Master Emerald is. But only certain people go for the Master Emerald.
Yeah, it seems like the Earth is a magnet for all these people to just keep showing up at.
All right, thousands of years ago, excuse me. You want to take this one?
Sure, because I would
Adventure
love
girl.
to talk about this. I love my echidnas. I was going to say the other word. The Echidna tribe is destroyed by the wrath of chaos. The Echidna tribe attacks the temple of the Master Emerald to steal it, but their child companions are sacrificed, and the Echidna tribe is wiped out by the enraged chaos. So this is what confuses a lot, and this is something that's always confused people with Knuckles, because it says if the Echidna tribe is totally wiped out, then how is Knuckles? And it's like, I don't think they were wiped out in totality. I think that they were wiped out as in all the men wiped out, and well, that like cut the population by like 50%. So there was only the women and the children. The children grew up, whatever few children they possibly
That would be
had,
a nice.
and then they just kept breeding until they ran out.
That would be a nice little, I don't know, a little origin story for Knuckles.
And Knuckles is the last of. Some people say that, oh, well, Knuckles was the baby of the tribe thousands of years ago, and he just survived because the Master Emerald keeps him alive. I'm like, no, that's not his backstory. It never said that he was over 1,000 years old. He's 16 years old.
They could have went that route with the movie.
Well, they could have, actually. But, so I think that the men got wiped out, the women and children kind of just survived, and then they just kind of, you know, over time just
look,
overbred
baby steps.
or underbred. Or
Baby
whatever.
steps, Lee. Baby steps.
Phantom Ruby?
We'll get to
we'll get
that.
there. So 2,000 years ago.
The Black Arms drop a flying temple on
Griffith on Earth?
preparations for the invasion of Earth. 2,000 years ago? Are you saying that was when they met Gerald?
No.
So they were like, so pretty much they're saying, oh, we like this planet. We'll come back for it later. Is that what?
Sounds like it.
Interesting. Very interesting. That's big.
So, it looks like my theory is holding up that Earth is just a magnet for all these people and these critters that keep showing up. Because what are first you have the ancients, then you have the ancient Babylonians who crashed here, and then you have the Black Arms. So there's something special about Earth, and it could be the Master Emerald. Maybe the Master Emerald is a magnet for trouble. They need to throw it out into space.
They need to just toss that bit. Anyway. Oh, this one's big. You need to.
I know. I keep getting told about Sonic Battle. I will watch it.
The lore is crazy. In the ancient civilization, combat robots called
Gizoids?
Gizoids are created, one in which is later called Emerald.
Well, it must be Gizoid. I imagine it's not Gizoid.
Anyway.
Alright, now we're into the place that we know.
Yeah,
50 years
ago. Black Doom and the Dark Pact. Black Doom contacts Professor Gerald and offers up his own DNA in exchange for guidance on how to invade Earth 50 years from now. Shadow is then created from that DNA. This is getting juicy.
The Ark Destruction incident.
So Emerald was there for this. Yes, because he was. They wrote in Gerald's journal diary.
What, an essay? No, a Sonic Battle, I'm assuming?
No, actually in Shadow Generations.
So they just added that in later. I thought it was No, it must be.
No,
Sonic
and it's Sonic Battle. So
okay, then yeah. Sorry, y'all. There was a kid screaming in our backyard. Anyway,
the ancient combat Gizoid that were the subject of research within Ark go out of control, causing excessive damage to Ark facilities. This is one of the reasons why Gun intervenes Ark.
it looks like I have to watch Sonic Battle. Sorry. All right, I'll do it.
Gun attack on Ark. Maria is killed in a sudden gun attack. Gerald, who has lost his mind due to his granddaughter's robbery, prepares to take revenge of the Ark and Shadow. but is also imprisoned and executed. This is dark
Yeah.
and juicy. I like it. See, this is why Sonic needs story.
10 years ago.
Huh. What? You want to read this one?
Sure. Sonic and Aeris, is that her name? Aeris? Is her name Aeris? I forgot her name. I keep calling her Catherine or some shit. Is her name Aeris?
No, it's not,
Oh,
but
I was going to say, because...
Elise.
Oh, because that sounds exactly like Aerith. Her Japanese name was Aeris too. Anyway, I digress. They might be copying. Sonic and Elise, we'll say that, go back in time and blow out the Solaris flames, which are the source of the tragedy. This means that the Solaris experiment never failed, the world is saved from crisis, and the devastated future becomes a peaceful world. However, this series of events also never happened in history. How can that be 10 years ago? I mean, I guess if you think about time loops and stuff like that, then yeah. How old is Sonic? Is he 32?
That's why this one kind of blew my mind. I was just like, what?
Oh, wait, they go back in time. Oh, excuse me. They're not saying Sonic 06 happened 10 years ago. They're saying when they went back in time, that was 10 years before he was a kid. Remember, they traveled back in time to blow out the flame. So that was before.
Okay, so they
that's what
travel.
they're saying.
Okay.
They're saying they're traveling. Look, that was about to be my fault. I was like, what? The whole thing of 06 happened? Okay, never mind.
Before.
No.
Yeah.
Just specifically.
So they
when
specifically
went
traveled back in time to blow that bitch out.
Pretty much.
Okay. I was about to say.
Yes, which I knew, but I thought they were saying that. Okay, they were talking specifically about the candle.
Okay.
Because when it said this series of events never happened, I was like, are you saying 06 as all? I mean, we know 06 didn't happen, but I thought they were saying, anyway.
Okay. I think
the time loop is confusing. Let's just say that.
This is some Kingdom Hearts shit.
May as well be.
Solaris experiment failed. Iblis sealed. When King Soliana's Solaris experiments fail, he sacrifices his own life to prevent the flames of calamity from awakening and destroying the world, sealing Iblis within his daughter Aeris. Why would you do that? You could have chose anything else. And this is where we start. The classic era. Dr. Eggman attacks South Island. Sonic defeats Eggman, who attacks South Island due to steal the Chaos Emerald and prevents him from taking over the world. Really? So Sonic 2... Oh, wow. Okay. Sonic rescues Amy, who is kidnapped by Metal Sonic. Amy, who has a frightful encounter with... faithful encounter with Sonic on Little Planet, becomes...
embroiled.
And this is why you're here.
Dr. Eggman's
evil deeds and was kidnapped by Metal Sonic. Sonic defeats Metal Sonic and rescues Amy, thus thwarting the Dr. Eggman's ambitions.
So he meets Amy.
Amy's second. He's the second person.
No, wait. Because they skipped Tails.
No?
Tails. Because this is when they're on Angel Island, and Angel Island is Sonic 3, not Sonic 2, right?
No. Sonic Tails work together to defeat Dr. Eggman, who attacks West Side Island. The destroyed space fortress, the Death Egg, crashes on Angel Island.
What?
So
is that Sonic 2?
Yeah, that's Sonic 2. Sonic CD, Sonic 2.
Oh, no, because the title threw me off, because I thought that... No, not that. When it says the Death Egg crashes into Angel Island,
okay.
That's the end of the story. So I thought that they were saying that this was Sonic 3, and I was like, well, where's Sonic 2? But no, they're saying this is Sonic 2, and then he crashes into Angel Island. Okay.
Asper, you're saying there's something funny on this timeline? I'm scared. Recover the Master Emerald. This is the peak of...
Okay, now that's Sonic 3. Okay, gotcha.
Dr. Eggman tricks Knuckles into stealing the Master Emerald and plots to revive the crashing space fortress, the Death Egg. However, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles work together to destroy the Death Egg, thwarting Dr. Eggman's ambitions of world domination. The Master Emerald is restored and Angel Island rises into the skies once again. peak fiction. So this is this the consistency?
Uh-huh.
Because this is
Yep, it looks like Sonic Mania. I mean,
it makes sense because he is still
a kid.
a kid.
Classic. Anything that happens in the classic era happens before the modern era, so.
Dr. Eggman unearths a gem with mysterious powers, calling it the Phantom Ruby, which sends Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles to various worlds. After being defeated by Sonic and friends, the Phantom Ruby leaves Dr. Eggman's hands and disappears across time and space into modern Sonic's world, Sonic Forces. Oh, this is so aggy. Anyway, I wish they did so much more with the Phantom Ruby. They could have kept it. That could have been kept as something Eggman could have to clash with the Chaos Emerald. But they did nothing with that. They did absolutely nothing with that.
Gotta have chocolate.
I bet you do. So I don't know if you saw the final battle, but
no, I don't really remember Mania. You played it once, and I didn't really register the story.
So Super Sonic clashed into the Hard Boil Heavy, and he had the Phantom Ruby inside his body, and it clashed, and it created him going in the Phantom Ruby and Sonic going into Sonic Forces. And
I see.
like that was a whole chain reaction. Like Super Sonic and the Phantom Ruby, come on now, you could do so much with that, but they did.
Okay, and then the fateful battle over the Phantom Ruby, so it goes into Sonic Mania again, which is busting and forces a little bit.
After saving the world from modern Sonic and Sonic Forces, Sonic returns to his original time. He chases after the flying Phantom Ruby and discovers Mighty and Ray, who have been captured. Sonic rescues them, but one of them is fake. Sonic saves his friends and defeats Dr. Eggman, who was once again obtained the Phantom Ruby, and peace is restored to the world once again. Or the world peace
so
is...
Eggman ends back up with the Phantom Ruby?
Yes, but the way Sonic Mania Plus ended was so...
How did it end?
Eggman got yeeted into the void, and then that was it.
Oh. I see. It looks like they don't even explain how he comes out of the void, because it says Eggman and the bounty hunter Fang invade the North Star Islands. They overwork and drag Trip, who lives there, around. Sonic and his friends use the Chaos Emerald's new power, Emerald Power. What the devil is an Emerald Power?
We'll get to that.
Jesus Christ, they're just adding shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Sugar, sorry, Sugar. Luca.
Hi, Luca.
Hello.
So...
Yo, Lee said there's a split timeline somewhere.
Yeah. So this is where they create specific powers for the Chaos Emeralds. So for example, the blue one, it makes clones of... Yeah. It creates clones. The green one, it makes plants come up. Little stuff like that.
Interesting. And I wonder if they're going to touch that ever again.
Good ideas, bad execution.
Oh, well, guess not. So, modern Sonic era. What the frick is this?
I know. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Where's Sonic Adventure? So they're saying Sonic 4 predates. I mean, I guess that makes sense because he's still in Green Hill Zone. So.
Yeah, I
hate it.
I hate this so much. Like, we literally bounce from this to this. Like, I get it.
They need to kill Sonic 4, by the way.
So I'm in disagreement. I actually want them to finish what they started.
No, I don't.
Because Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 had Knuckles. Finish what you started.
We're just gonna skip that for a second. Sonic and his friends save the world from the threat of perfect chaos. Okay, we know Sonic Adventure. That's the most important part of modern Sonic. How come it still says we're on the classic? Oh, whatever, I don't care. Sonic and Earth saved the world from the threat of perfect chaos. Yes, yes, yes. Oh yes, chaos goes out of control. I mean, this is just a synopsis of Sonic Adventure 1 peak. This is when Sonic finally stopped goofing around with this BS. And he's like, yeah, now I'm a real man. I'm a real hog.
I'm a real man. Get out of here.
I'm a real hog now. Look at me and my cool moves. He got into hip-hop. He left this unseasoned nonsense behind.
Unseasoned is crazy.
He had no flavor back here. He was like, you know what, Tails? I'm a loser. And now he's like, yeah, now I'm a real hog.
Real quick.
What?
Just look at the smile. Look at the smirk.
It's so ugly.
And then when you go here and you see that stylized grin, that Nike. Anyway, I never got into this game.
Sonic, they canonized Sonic Shuffle? What? They didn't even do 3D Blast.
I know, right? Crazy.
So why would you canonize Sonic Shuffle?
No 3D Blast is actually kind of weird. Why would you skip that?
So there's no 3D Blast or half of those other Game Gear games and other things, but they canonized Sonic Shuffle? For what?
Lumina?
Lumina? I don't know how to say that.
The guardian spirit of the
Marginal World
summons Sonic.
Oh, my bad. You read.
Sonic and his friends to stop Void from conquering the
Marginal
world. Sonic and Lumia use magic cards and force jewels to save Marginal World from the brink of collapse. Maybe one day I'll indulge in this game.
Oh, you said Emerald powers make sense though, because one slows down time, which well, that makes sense. You know, the Chaos Emerald should have the power of.
Ironically enough, it's the yellow.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, it's got to be the yellow one. Dr. Eggman awakens Shadow. Yes, well, Sonic Adventure 2 does follow Adventure. So this makes sense. Yeah, at the cost of his own life. Haha, yeah, sure. And then he's alive the next game.
Because I'm the favorite. This actually makes sense.
So wait a minute, Sonic Adventure 2 happens first? Sonic Advance 2 happens first before the other Sonic Advance?
I'm trying to figure out where the hell Sonic Advance 1 is.
Sonic meets Cream and saves her with his... I feel like they're leaving a couple games out, I mean, especially from the classic era. But now I'm seeing they're leaving some stuff out too, which is odd.
And you want to know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
She makes a cameo in Adventure.
She does?
Well, in the DX version.
Oh, well, yeah.
She flies. She literally flies around your head, and it pans to you, the character.
Oh, interesting. Actually, I do feel like I remember Cream coming out. They just added her in for the DX version. Yeah. They rescue Vanilla, I think.
Yeah, Vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vanilla. Rebellion, a masterpiece. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So, Metal Sonic, who has regained his sense of self, rebels and imprisons Dr. Eggman, and in his name issues a challenge to Sonic and his friends to conquer the world. Yes, he gathers their biodata, but is ultimately defeated by Sonic and friends.
So, Advance 1 doesn't exist. That's not the funny thing.
Yeah, I'm noticing they skipped right over Advance 1. And wasn't there an Advance 3?
Yeah.
Well, where is it?
Let's continue. Black Doom, an alien invader invades Earth.
I'm gonna be very, very mad if I see Lost World in this bit. I mean, if I see Lost World in this timeline, but they're the advanced games, the only one that exists is 2, I'm very mad. So, you want to see something funny? Keep watching this live stream.
Lord have mercy. Shadow, provoked by Black Doom to learn about his past, travels the world in search of the Chaos Emeralds, sometimes at odds with Sonic and others. After many struggles, Shadow defeats Black Doom, fulfills his wish to entrust to him, and resolves to overcome his past and to move forward.
Okay, yes, Shadow 5, that makes sense.
I've grown to accept and be okay with this.
It just messed up so much.
I know.
Okay, so now Sonic Battle canonically happens after, which makes sense, I guess. So Shadow and stuff.
I'm gonna read
Happen
this one.
first. Emel's growth and rampage. Dr. Eggman tries to reboot the ancient weapon Gizoid and use it to take over the world, but it doesn't work and he discards it. Sonic picks it up, names it Emerald, and raises it. He raised a robot?
Yeah.
He has a son?
Yeah.
Dr. Eggman tries to use Emerald, who has gained powers as a combat weapon, but ends up causing him to go out of control. There's no way to stop Emerald safely, and Sonic ends up defeating him. His own son?
Yeah.
Well, that's a very effed up story.
It's a very tragic story. You would have thought that this, considering it's a GBA game, it would be a little simplistic,
Well,
but
that's sad.
it's very tragic.
Oh, here's Advance 3, but so Advance 1.
Yeah. So yeah, as soon as Emerald is defeated, Germo comes. That's the one that's hangs around.
I see. So what's the difference between Emerald and Jeremo? One
He's
has a
not
G-
as strong and he doesn't mimic powers.
Oh. But anyway, Dr. Eggman uses the power of the Chaos Emeralds to split the world into 7 parts. I fairly vaguely remember this. He repeatedly used Zemel, a combat robot he developed based on emeralds against Sonic and his friends, but was unable to win, and eventually Zemel went berserk. He keeps setting these poor robots berserk. What the heck? Dr. Eggman was defeated. Not surprised. Zemel was then retrieved and repaired and adjusted by Tails and began living as a member of the Cream family.
Yep.
Her name's Cream the Rabbit. That's not her family. No. What is her name? Vanilla Cream? So is her name Cream?
I don't look, you're asking the wrong one.
I'm just curious. All right, we can continue.
We were literally just talking about this, Lee. Keep up.
So Sonic Advance 1
doesn't
does not
exist.
They completely skipped it. They skipped over Sonic 3D Blast. They skipped over, it looks like half of those games. They're like, where's the one with the Chaotix? Sonic Chaotix or something?
Right. What? Where's my Chaotix? Okay, fine.
Knuckles Chaotix, not Sonic Chaotix. Jesus Christ, I'm old. Sorry, but where are all these games?
They're
okay. Well, guys, here are my thoughts so far. If I see Boom or Lost World, I'm going to be pissed, because how do you get rid of, say, Knuckles Chaotix? They made Sonic Shuffle canon, but there's no Sonic Advance 1? That doesn't even make sense. Cream and Vanilla Cream, like Mario, Luigi, Mario. Very true. All right, we'll continue, and I'll try to save my thoughts for the end of this.
Blaze, the princess from another world, comes to Sonic's world. Ooh.
Okay.
Blaze is goated. Blaze comes to Sonic's world from another world in pursuit of the stolen Soul Emeralds. Through his interactions with Amy and Cream and fighting alongside Sonic, Blaze begins to trust Sonic and the others a little. Sonic and Blaze work together to defeat Dr. Eggman and Eggman Nega.
I'll never get over that. I'm sorry, I'm immature.
And Blaze recovers the Soul Emeralds and returns to her own world.
Okay, Sonic Rush. How do you make Sonic Shuffle canon not... Thank you, Esper. Alright, a major... Okay, so now we're in the Sonic 06 territory. But wait a minute, how... They just said that none of this happens. I mean, I know they're talking about the candle, but technically that means all of this happens.
They have to put it in there.
Well, I'm just saying. It's like, you may as well have left this out. You
Nope.
just say... The only line it should have said is, Sonic 06 happens, the end. And then it doesn't happen.
I think they heard me. I tried to say it verbatim.
Nega. A major incident. Yeah, so, okay, in order to obtain the Flames of Calamity, Dr. Eggman kidnaps Princess Ares.
I can't get over that.
Who was sealed away by Iblis, so he rescues her. Silver Shadow does like a 2-step in the Mississippi Shuffle on these fools, and then they beat Mephiles.
Mephiles.
Yes. I used to call them Mephiles. I'm like, what the hell is a Mephile?
I appreciate Sonic 06. I just wish it was finished.
Well, the fans fixed it.
Yeah, the fans fixed it. Ooh.
Okay, so Sonic Riders is at least canon, but it should be since they brought up their
Babylons.
ancestors. So
They did bring up the
Babylonians are
Babylons.
canon, which they should be. Sonic and his friends compete against the Babylon Bandits for the prize of Chaos Emerald. However, the race is a trap set by Eggman to steal the treasures of the Babylon Temple, which
Was a carpet.
yes,
A carpet.
and it was
A magic carpet.
and they were pissed off about it. That was funny.
This is interesting, but understandable. Sonic and Tails get lost in Blaze's world. I think they should go deeper into that. Sonic and Tails are caught in a storm and washed up on Blaze's world. They are rescued by Marion, a self-proclaimed Marine, a self-proclaimed adventurer, and while investigating the islands, they are reunited with Blaze. However, before they can enjoy their reunion, they are caught up in a national treasure, the Jewel Staff, being stolen right before their eyes, and they end up chasing pirates with Blaze. Sonic and his friends defeat Dr. Eggman and Eggman Mega again? Interesting. Who were controlling the pirates and revived the Jeweled Staff.
Or retrieve the jeweled
Or
staff.
retrieve.
06 happened, but it didn't happen because it don't happen itself.
Getting down to it.
Alright, Rampage of the Sky Ruins, Babylon Garden. Jet's ancestor was capable of warp travel through gravity conversion. A spaceship was the modern Babylon Garden, and the Ark of the Stars was its engine unit. When all 5 Ark of the Stars gathered in Babylon dyslexia. And the Babylon Garden floating in the sky. The output went out of control, and Babylon Garden was on the verge of turning into a black hole. Sonic, Jet, and the others were able to avert the worst case scenario. So yeah, okay.
I love this game.
So that's Sonic. Wait.
Sonic.
Yes, that's
Zero
just
Gravity.
main. Yeah. Wait, that's Zero Gravity?
Yep.
So Zero Gravity happened before Unleashed happened, because
Yep.
Unleashed is next.
Yep. Sonic Unleashed, and so a lot of side games and then into the main game.
I see. So
Yeah.
he went on a lot of adventures since 06, and then Unleashed happened. Okay.
And
So I don't really have much to complain about that.
Dark Gaia is forcefully awakened by Dr. Eggman. In order to realize his ambitions, Dr. Eggman took the powers from Supersonic, split the planet into seven, and forcefully awakened Dark Gaia. Sonic, along with the
Amnesiatic chip.
traveled to the Gaia Temple to restore the power of the Chaos Emeralds and the world, regaining his
Chip had
powers.
amnesia. Because at first I was like, what the heck is an amnesiac chip? But they mean Chip, the character. They didn't capitalize his name.
Yeah,
So, okay. got
same
it.
because Sonic fell on him.
Right.
Sonic colors.
What the hell is this?
Look, listen. Hear me out. Guys,
This does not need to be canon. I'm sorry. What is this?
it's a cute story. It's a
No.
cute, simplistic story.
Anything from the Pontac Graph era to me does not exist. It never happened.
Dr. Eggman
Thanos snapped.
Dr. Eggman takes over the planet where the Wisps live and builds Eggman Planet Park. That's what he named it. He plans to steal the powerful energy of the alien wisps who live there and activate a terrible weapon. Sonic and friends cooperate with the wisps, even though they can't really communicate with each other, and thwart Dr. Eggman's ambitions. Simple. It's
Well, we know so Shadow, Sonic and Egg Shadow, they really should not, they did not think about that Sonic X Shadow.
no, they didn't,
The
but it's
fan art
okay.
that popped up.
It's okay. It's fine. They learned their lesson.
Yeah, I hope they did.
Or they probably did it on purpose.
Sonado fans were very pleased.
Fever Dream era.
Yeah,
This
that would
was
be a better
or
name for it.
it was called the Meta era, and it's exactly how it sounds.
So it's no longer just Sonic Generations, now it's Sonic X Shadow Generations, which pretty much erases the original Sonic Generations. With
Story
that
as a
horror-
whole.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, this is the only canon Sonic Generations. The other one with the crap story, that never happened.
Yep. You want to read this one?
You can read it. I'm still not a fan of this modern bullshit.
It's not even that bad anymore.
To Sonic's past and future. After his defeat at Egg Planet Park, Dr. Eggman finds the Time Eater, who can manipulate time and space. He uses his power to summon his past self and begin a plan to rewrite the timeline. Sonic is sucked into the Time Eater's ass, who suddenly appears and wakes up in a world of pure white. He wakes up in a world of pure white. This is literally up the ass. Anyway, he meets a smaller version of himself there, and together they work together.
Wait.
To restore the world and his friends, whose life force and color had been sucked out. Everybody's just getting sucked here. Defeat the two Dr. Eggman and the Time Eater. That's not the name of the part. Yeah, wasn't it Eggman Land or something?
No, that was Unleashed.
What was the name of the park? Egg Planet.
It was called the Eggman Interstellar Amusement Park.
That's probably the English name.
Okay.
This is the Japanese website, so we're going by the Japanese name. There's probably, I don't even know if there's a word for interstellar.
Man, you are funny. Taking advantage, fleeing moment of darkness and light is resurrected. Taking advantage of the time and space anomaly caused by the Time Eater, Black Doom is resurrected.
So this is a Shadow story, pretty much.
When he reunites with Shadow in white space, he provokes him and encourages him to awaken his powers. Meanwhile, Maria and Gerald, who were supposed to have died long ago, are also resurrected. They spend a fleeting precious time together in the stopped time space. In the end, Black Doom attempts to absorb Shadow, who has become the strongest Black Arms warrior, but Shadow's heart has not been consumed by darkness, and he refuses. With Maria's wish in his heart, he defeats Black Doom. Yay!
Okay, not bad. I mean, it's just the other side of Sonic X Shadow Generation, so...
Wow. Well, it is canon. It's canon.
But wait, so after Sonic Generations, Free Riders happens? I mean, like, game-wise. Or did Free Riders come out before Generations? Not that it matters. Because this is a side game anyway,
yeah.
So where it really places in the timeline doesn't matter too much.
I want to know now. Good read.
Yes. Extreme Gear World Championships held in Tareg Kingdom. Tareg? Oh, Dr. Eggman disguised himself as King Doc of the Tareg Kingdom in order to embed the biodata of Sonic and the other racers into Metal Sonic. He holds the World Grand Prix, a global competition of extreme gear, where the winner will be awarded a huge amount of prize money and treasure. The race begins where the thoughts of each participating team intersect. So when did Free Riders come out? Like what year?
Huh, that's weird, but okay.
Wait.
Free Riders came out in 2010. Sonic Generations came out in 2011. That's weird, but...
So they just flipped it. So even though it came out before Generations, they decided to, in the timeline, flip them.
I am 2 seconds from banning him.
We didn't even talk about Kingdom Hearts in, like, forever.
I know, right? I need to get back in there. Just ban him.
Well, thank you for the views. We'll take your money.
Good lord.
The 6D. Oh my fuck.
I mean,
how? Okay, now we have no pause. Move the mic. How? Guys, how? How is this canon? How are these things canon, but Sonic Advance isn't? No, I'm sorry. The whole timeline's bullshit. They lose. You know what? What else is in here? What else is in here?
Hold on.
What the fuck is this?
Let's go through it. Let's go.
I wanted to see if Boom was in here or some shit.
No, I don't think they would. They wouldn't.
This is bad enough. This is bad enough.
They had no choice.
So Sonic Advance, Sonic 3D Blast, all these other games that they didn't even list here. Those...
They had no choice with this one.
Yes, they had a choice. Sega has
trust
a choice
me,
to
trust
throw
me.
out trash.
Trust me, I would love for them to just kill off the Deadly Six. But somebody in Sega said,
Nintendo should sue them for this. Why haven't they? More like Sonic lost my respect. I love
I like
you,
that.
You're funny as
Esper
hell.
comes up with some good stuff. Hey, where's Isaac? He ain't here. Anyway, I don't even want to.
So Sonic Advance 1, not canon. Sonic Lost World is canon.
No choice.
KMA Sega. I will say that. I'm trying not to cuss.
Yeah, that's.
I don't want this line to get too flagged.
Wait, what? Wait,
King
what?
Dodon.
Dodonpa.
Such a crazy name.
But what? So
Now,
TSR. This is Team Sonic
right,
Racing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That game came out though. It came out like after Forces, but okay, sure.
They're putting it before Forces, which... Well, let's think about it. So, when they have Forces, they have an army and a resistance and all that, so it wouldn't make sense for them to then have a car race.
Right, no.
So that's probably why they decided to put it first. You know, like, oh, they're having fun, yippee-ki-yay, and then, okay, now the Earth is,
doomed and destroyed.
So, yeah, infinite, and so that makes sense to me, why they would switch that around. Sonic and his avatar team up to free the world that was 99% conquered by Dr. Eggman.
Such a good idea, and y'all just made that.
What the hell is this?
A mysterious girl holds Knuckles captive in cyberspace.
When did this happen? Was this in Frontiers?
Yeah.
Oh, the Sage. I had to think about it. Because I don't know why. Didn't you say there was like a Echidna girl? I wasn't thinking Sage. I was thinking, when did he get kidnapped?
Right. I had to think about that one for a second.
Well, all of them got kidnapped, so that's why it threw me off, because it's not as
well,
just Knuckles,
this one specifically is geared toward Knuckles because he wasn't there with.
Right, yeah. So, but Tails and Amy also get kidnapped, so yeah, that's why I got thrown off. All right, so this is Frontier. Sonic and Sage protect the world from the end. I'm so mad that his name is the end. It was a freaking moon, like.
And not only was it a moon,
but then they added on DLC, and she had a final form.
Yes, it was freaking Galaga. Like, how dare you?
Yeah, that wasn't good. I don't know whose idea that was.
They were trying to be funny.
How? So when they did the real ending in the DLC, was that better? I don't think I've ever seen you play that. Was it better?
It was good. It was good, but it was messy.
Wow.
I mean, all things considered, but actually, you didn't see that.
I didn't see. No, that's not true. I saw the DLC, but I don't really remember how it all played out.
We'll watch it later. You might appreciate it a bit more.
And her name is just The End. Like, all right, 200 years later. So, right, this is his future. So we end with Silver, which makes sense. Hold on a minute. I don't know. This thing is not keeping up. Anyway, I've been watching this. Oh shoot, I'm going ahead. Okay, the future world before the change. So this is Silver, and why was Blaze with him? Because she's not from the future. She's from an alternate dimension. She's from the future?
Yeah, we're just going with this. Because it doesn't make sense for me either, because she has her own world. Why is she with Silver's? Unless...
Her other world is in the future?
Or they collided somehow, and it was just
Iblis and all that.
That might have just
because none of this happens. Actually, let's see. No longer exists in the disasters of the girl, leaving the world in a state of. So it could have been some great calamity that caused her dimension to collide into Sonic's, and then Silver and stuff.
I swear he's Shadow Sun.
Everybody says that.
Swear he's Shadow Sun.
The only person he could have been with then is Rouge, because Rouge has flying powers and stuff, and that's why he flies.
And not only that, I don't know.
Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to get into the shipping territory.
I feel like at some point I want to see Silver have an origin story. I know they're not going to do him because he's not as popular, but
well, everybody kind of assumes that he's from it's either from Goku or Sonic or Shadow. So you notice a distinct lack of Sonic rivals. The game Silver re-debuted in. I guess Silver isn't real. Right? Yeah. I was like, I feel like there's many games missing.
Yeah.
And you're right, Sonic Rivals is missing. So Sonic Advance, Sonic Rivals, and many of the classic like Knuckles Chaotix, absent. Sonic 3D Blast, absent. But
hey,
Sonic Lost World makes the cut?
So real quick, I have a question. Do you know the guy's name that, to anybody here, do they know the guy's name who initially created the lore? I think his name was Chris, but I wanted to just look him up real quick.
So I have.
Give your thought. Go ahead, give your thoughts, because I have.
I'm sorry. I do. What in the hell? Anyway, I don't agree with this timeline. I'm sorry. They got rid of good games and kept the games that don't matter.
Right.
Now, I'm sure he was told, because I'm sure Chris kind of probably wrote, lore, but it's based on what Sonic Team and Sega told him to. Sega and Sonic Team probably said, we want these games to be canon.
And then just give the little details as to why.
Yeah, and then he explained, oh, this part is canon and that part's not, and don't matter. Chaotix got rebutted or re-debuted in Heroes.
Isaac, you came at the right time. Kinda.
So, hello Isaac. We were going over the Sonic timeline, but Rivals is actually important. Well, that's true. Nothing of note really happened in Advance 1, so that is fair. But for me, nothing of note happened in Lost World. It's just
right.
The freaking Zeddy, like Bowser and the Koopas.
The Conch, the legendary Conch that got kicked over by Sonic because he was impulsive, like little stuff like that.
And following the logic here, that means Sonic 06 may as well have not even been brought up, because canonically it never happened. It happened and then it unhappened itself, as you so eloquently put. But because of that, it shouldn't really have been noted so well either. Maybe like the candle when they blew it out could be mentioned, but I don't think the rest of it even mattered, and yet they named it like 6 times. But I don't know.
Okay, so
they
it looks like
over it while acknowledging Silver as a character, unless they plan to re-debut him. They messed up big time. Yeah, I do agree.
I agree with that.
Rivals does matter.
Also, be cautious of using the translation tools. There are nuance and
It could lead to misunderstanding. So they're saying that.
One last note, this is the canon timelines highlights. Stay tuned for more things to be added in the future. Okay.
Well, to be fair, he did say highlights. So it's not it's not the entire timeline, it's the highlights. So, okay. But 06 had Milo because of Shadow. Oh, right, yeah, you're right. But, okay, so they're saying that this is just the highlights. I agree with you guys 100%. Rivals should have been mentioned. Because that's pretty big, especially considering Silver as a character.
That's where he actually debuted.
Pretty much, yeah.
But, this was cute for what it's worth.
I still think that Lost World should not be canon. Nothing of note happens. They go to some Lost Hex. Lost Hex, as far as we know, doesn't even exist in the atmosphere. You never see it in the sky when you're standing around in Generations. There's no Lost Hex sitting there, except the moon, I guess. The blown up moon. When you're in Frontiers looking in the sky, there's no Lost Hex. It's like they forgot about it, so it's like, just erase it.
Yeah, they didn't need to.
Yes, they had the nerve to acknowledge Sonic 4.
Right, out of all of them, Sonic 4 did not need to be acknowledged.
No, at all. That should never have happened. So, yeah, I just have a lot of thoughts. But I guess this is what they decided.
Yeah.
And where the heck does, what's that new game? Sonic... The one that they were sleeping, Sonic Dreams or something?
Sonic Dreams? Yeah, where's that in the timeline? Well, he did say there was more coming soon, so I'm sure
and the
they'll
murder of
building.
Sonic, although he's alive.
The murder of Sonic was supposed to happen after Forces.
Right. So there's many games that they've kind of, and again, the guy did clarify. He's like, we're just talking
Highlights.
highlights,
But that was a highlighted game.
Right. But if it's a side game and they leave it off, okay. But Rivals was a pretty big side game to just kind of leave off.
You hear nothing. You just hear good music. I really want her to play. I honestly would like for her to play that someday.
Play what?
Spark.
Sonic Dream isn't real. How dare you?
Sonic Dream is a good game too. You would appreciate.
So
that
is
one.
that non-canon then? No, just seriously.
It's a mobile game.
So they said that, like, what? It's not canon.
I mean, it has to be canon because the character is here. The character that is. Where is she? There she is.
Yeah, I see. Wow.
So it's just like, what are y'all doing? Because Ian Flynn wrote that story. She's actually very cool.
Oh, I see.
Arian.
Right, Arian.
And look. And
Weaver of Dreams. She's a sheep. Not clear. They don't know if she's a girl or not. Oh, she's not binary. Wait. Hey.
Wait, what?
I have misgendered the sheep the entire time.
Wait, what?
It says he, but, well, these could be mistranslations, so I don't want to say for sure. Oh my god. But if this is true, they're saying that this is a he.
I have questions. I have questions now.
We'll have to look at the
Don't
English
hit the back
version.
button. Don't hit the back button.
Oh, yes, you're right, you're right. So, then how do we get back?
Character. Yeah, there you go.
Click. So what happens?
Yeah,
it won't
there you
translate if I hit the back button then. Didn't somebody say that one of the characters from the comics was made canon, or am I wrong? Not here.
Not
no,
yet, no.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was wrong. Oh, jeez.
Oh, look. Our enemies that are dead.
Well, I wonder about that. I wish this was translated.
Yeah, because I want to know. Because what does that say? Because are these people deceased?
Chaos, Methylis, and Infinite, and yeah, it doesn't really say. Yeah. It says he defeated these punks, and that's about it. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's Don. That's him.
Yeah, I remember the beaver thing, whatever he is. I literally thought that was Eggman disguised.
He's a Tanuki.
Oh, he's a Tanuki, like Tom Nook. She's a slept-on character. Yeah, she looks cool, like, you know, floating.
I might be speculating on this, but I'm pretty sure her VA might have been black. But
for who?
I don't know.
She had a VA.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were like talking. I don't know why I didn't think that. I didn't really play that game. So I digress. So we've covered this timeline. I feel like every time they attempt to fix the timeline, they break it. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 had no reason whatsoever to begin the timeline. Neither did Lost World. I don't care if it's the introduction of the Zeddy. They should have killed them off.
They should have been killed them off.
I do not feel sorry about that. No, I have never seen anybody like, oh, my favorite Sonic character is what the hell is this thing's name? Zavik. Ooh, he's my favorite. No, everybody's favorite character is Zavik, Zazu. I didn't even know his name was Zoa. Gina? Who is Gina? I thought her name was Xena. I think they mistranslations.
Mistranslations.
But still,
like
Zoa,
out of all of the characters, Infinite should have been the one to stay. Like,
right? It's like, I see y'all didn't notice the pun of me calling the. Yes, I did. I did actually.
I don't know who's worse with this between you and Isaac. The puns, y'all need to fight it off on a pun fight.
Yeah, they need to kill off this goof, this dumbass, these useless
Okay, I'm glad
creatures.
it's not just me. I'm glad it's not just me.
All of
Orbot,
these
Cubot,
can
Zavok,
go.
all of these little goofballs.
And Mephiles,
He can stay dead.
Well, I don't. Yeah, he has to because it never happened. They blew out his candle, so he's X marks the spot. He's dead.
Infinite is the most worthy.
Infinite
And
I do
Sage.
like.
Infinite and Sage.
I like. Like out of the entire Pontac and Graph era, Infinite was probably the only decent character that they ever created, for real.
Scroll down. Oh, don't hit back.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like what? Like what? Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. What?
Like,
And
I
then
mean,
you have the abilities with the Phantom Ruby. Like
we
this-
don't really know if he's dead or not, do we? It doesn't really say. They just don't do anything with him, but it looks like a... Yeah, it doesn't say a comic prequel to... Yeah. But that, yeah, it doesn't look like at any point he's dead. It's just, will they ever bring him back? What? Esper, you don't like Infinite?
Really?
I liked Infinite. Only because he's voiced by Garth.
Yeah, he was voiced by Gar.
His
He
voice
actually
actor definitely-
wanted to fight.
I think the writing, like the backstory behind him was dumb as hell.
Yeah, he was bored, so he wanted to cause havoc. Like,
Yeah, he was like a villain, and then he got kicked by Shadow. Shadow hurt his feelings, and then became Infinite. Like, that's dumb as shit. I mean, dumb as heck. I mean, dumb as hell. I mean, sorry. I'm not trying to get your live stream flag.
nah, it's fine. He'll be
But I like his vibe. I like his design, you know.
I feel like Infinite might be too powerful since the Phantom Ruby has no limitations.
Very true.
And that's why I think we should have had a Supersonic versus Infinite fight. Because if he broke the Phantom Ruby, that could bring the limitations. Look at me coming up with some awesome, fantastic ideas.
Our sun's up.
Alright guys, I think we have to call it a session. But this was some good stuff to talk about. Say hi. They can't see you, but...
Excuse me and my allergies. But alright guys,
I think we can call it a session here.
I liked Infinite until episode. Yeah, I do agree with you. Episode Shadow definitely ruined his character. I just pretend it doesn't happen.
It is what it is. But I appreciate you guys being in here. We got a maximum of probably like at max we had 10 people, and really appreciate you. Yeah. So as always, it's a pleasure. Like, comment, please let us know what you guys think. This is Chumba.
And Ashley.
We are out.
Bye.
Let's go. CHUMZONE, that's where it's at. Awesome gameplay, awesome reviews, and that's a fact. CHUMZONE, get in the zone.